Hey, everybody. Welcome back for another State of the Market ending January 2022. Thank you so much for joining in on another episode. So we just finished up with the end of December. And so we just want to get January stats out to you and share all those with everybody. So the four quadrants that we always talk about, of course, are days on market, median sales price, active listings, and closed listings. So first and foremost, we hope that everybody is continuing to stay safe and healthy. On that note, let's get right down to it and start right here with our first quadrant, which is median sales price. You can see it right here. We are around 600,000. We like to go back 3 months, right, to show some history. So January, we went back to 600,000 median sales price here in Barnstable County. But in December, you can see it was 595. And then in November, it was 600. And then in October, it was 587. So 587 back to 6, dropped in December to 595, and then back to 600,000. So prices are continue to climb at the beginning of the year. So let's get into the next quadrant, which would be, we can look at days on market. So this will tell us how many days it takes for a property to go under contract. Typically, back before COVID, it was 90 days on market, 100 days on market was pretty average. And then, of course, COVID came along and a lot of the properties came off the market, and then people started buying houses like crazy. And you can see that we're now down to 13 days on market for January. It was at 11 in December, so it picked up uptick of 2 days. November was 10, and October was 9. So it's gone up, roughly, 4 days, which is not a lot, but it's showing an upswing of 13 days on market. The next quadrant that we want to look at is active listings. So January is showing 320. So is that a lot or is that a little? Well, it's very little. Normally we carry in 1,800, 1,900, 2,000 units before COVID, and then property started coming off the market and getting sold like crazy. So we're down to 320 units, which is very, very little. That includes condominiums and houses. So if you're thinking about selling, now would be the perfect time to put your house on the market, which incidentally, I wanted to get into real quick. Normally, in a normal market, the spring market is usually, March, April, May. But this year, along with same as last year, it's kind of like a carryover. It seems like the spring market is now as early as January, February, March. We just did an open house over the weekend. We had 22 couples come through. So incidentally, you got 320 homes or properties for sale, which is very, very little. If you are interested in selling your house, please give us a call at 508-566-0051 or shoot me an email at sjzaino@gmail.com. So 320 units for January. December, it was 407, so we went down actually a little bit more. November was 535. So just in the last couple of months, it's dropped just another additional 200 units. In October, it was almost 700 units. All right. And then the last one we want to go over is, let's just take a look at the months of supply. So months of supply, you got less than a month of supply. So we've talked about this before. Anytime there's 6 or 7 months of supply, that's considered a buyer's market, right? Anything that's got about 4 months of supply, maybe 5 months is a neutral market. And then of course, anything less than 4 months supply would be a seller's market. So January we're down to just under a month, so seller's market. December was under a month, seller's market. November 1.2 seller's market, and October seller's market as well. So again, if you're thinking about selling, now would be the perfect time to list your house, where we got just under a month's supply of homes for sale. And we can look at the closed sales units. 325, that's for the whole Cape and Islands. Last month was 448. You can see it dropped quite a bit just because of lack of inventory. The buyers are out there, believe me. I have open houses, and I have other agents in our office that do open houses, and there's 20, 30, 40 people still showing up at open houses here in the middle of the winter on Cape Cod. So November 465, and then October 475, and today we're at 325 closed units. Typically, the highest month of closed units we've done is, it's not on this graph because it goes back about a year. That was 717 units, and that was September back in 2020, I believe. So there is your 4 quadrants for days on market, active listings, closed listings, and median sale price. Okay. The next slides that I want to go into are the interest rates. So people have been talking about interest rates a lot lately, and how they've bumped up, and how your buying power goes down as the interest rate goes up. So the interest rate goes from 3 to 4 or 4 to 5, whatever it is. If it goes up just 1 point, your buying power goes down 10%. So if you were looking at a $500,000 house at a lower interest rate and went up a point, then now you'd be looking at a $450,000 house. So when the interest rate goes up a point, your buying power goes actually down 10% on the sale price of the property. So here are mortgage rate projections for the year. We're right here, January 22, first quarter. These are projections. This is Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae at 3.2. NAR at 3.3 for an average of 3.3. That's for the first quarter. So that would be for January, February, March. Second quarter, they're projecting 3.45. Third quarter, which is going to put us later in the year, at 3.55. And then October, November, and December, you see that their projected mortgage rates would be around 3.7. We're starting here at a projected rate of 3.3. I think the rates right now are like 3.1 or 3.12 or something like that. So it doesn't look like much, but when you put it on paper over 30 years, it adds up. Okay. Yeah. So the next slide that I want to show you is this one here. So this is kind of an important slide, because a lot of people out there in the buzz, that we hear in the real estate business, is a lot of buyers could be waiting on the sidelines for things to soften up or the market to crash. And, that's all great, but, we have to look at the statistics and the history on how things are going and where we stand on the economy of real estate. So right now in December, there was less than 1 million properties are in forbearance. Okay, which means, people are behind on their paying their mortgage, whereas you can see back a year ago it was 2.76 million. So in a year's time, things have cleaned up a lot, and we're down to just about 1 million properties. That's throughout the United States. You can see here back in May of 2020. So this was right after when COVID started back in March of 2020, I guess it was. Sometimes I lose track of times and dates, but 4.76 million people were in forbearance. And now we're down to less than just 1 million people. All right. The next slide is here. We may see a little bit of an uptick in foreclosure rates in 2022, just an uptick though from an extraordinary low level. We're not expecting to see a big increase. We expect delinquency rates overall on home mortgages to actually continue to remain quite low. And that's from LeClaire Bolton Smith, Senior Leader of Research, CoreLogic. I want to go to this one here just to share something real quick. And again, mortgage rates seem to be the talk of the town lately, as far as them, moving up a little bit. We're right here. 3.22 is the current interest rate. Let me open up this screen a little bit and see if we can make it a little bit bigger. I want to show you, this is January of 2020, so about a year ago. You know, right here, the interest rates are about 3.5, and then they go up and they go down and they go up and they go down. And then there was a low point here of looks like January 7th of 2021. They were at ultra low at like 2.6, and they've crept up a little bit, which brings us here today to 3.22. This is just a quick chart on mortgage rates on where they've been in the past and where they're projected. So mortgage rates have predominantly been very low over the last 5 or 6 years. And you can see how they get their peaks and valleys here over the years. But right here is where we're at 3.22. And then this is the projected, right here, projected interest rates are projected to go up to 3.7 by the end of the year from that last slide that we had. And I want to go to number 71 here real quick. How long does it take to close a loan? It's a good question. We get that a lot. Different states, you know, vary, but this is kind of an average. We're averaging 47 days right now to close a loan. Predominantly over the last year, it's been as high as 58, and we're down as low as 47. So if you put an offer in on a piece of property, and then you do your home inspection, your P&S and all that, and you're taking the loan, typically we've been going out about 50 days to close. And so the average here is 47 over the last 12 months. All right. And then I got just one more slide for you guys. We like to talk about what's it take to get a loan and what you need for your FICO score. You know, what kind of credit do I need to qualify for a loan, Scott? So they vary depending on the type of loans. Some are a little bit more riskier than others. Some have more down payment than others. So a conventional loan here, which could be, you know, 10% down, 755 is a FICO. FHA, which is a great program backed by the government. They will allow a little bit lower credit score. The interest rate might be a little higher, and there might be some points and things like that, but it gives somebody the ability to get into a property with low down payment of about 3.5%. So that's Federal Housing Administration, FHA, 676. And then you have VA, which is a Veteran Administration for veterans, and those are sometimes 100% down pay, zero down payment. And you can see you need a little bit better credit score for that. So for all the veterans out there that are looking to purchase a house, you would need about a 720 credit score. All right. You know, home ownership is the key to generational wealth. We've known that for years and years, that real estate has always been the best place to park your money long term. There's other investments as well, stocks, gold, silver, whatever. But real estate at the end of the day has always shown a promising positive equity in your property. And so our goal is to make all of our sellers and buyers and educate them and inform them so that they are the smartest people at that closing table when it comes time to close, that they have purchased with a good mind and they're comfortable, and they've gotten the best information to make the best decisions that work for them. So, you know, that's our goal, is to inform and educate so that all of our sellers and buyers are the most you know, educated people at the table. We want to thank you all for watching another State of the Market here. If you like what we do, certainly give us a thumbs up, send us a quick text, or give us a call if you have any questions. No matter how big or how small, we're always here for you. Our door is always open. We love doing these videos for you. We hope that you're getting a good value out of them. Give us a call at 508-566-0051, or you can shoot us an email anytime you want at sjzaino@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching another episode of State of the Market, coming to you right here from the Zaino Realty Group in Keller Williams Luxury Real Estate in Centerville. Again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. All righty. Bye-bye.